8 senators and 139 House representatives still cast their lot with Trump and his absurd lies. To no one's surprise, all Republicans.
Except they are.
So, to sum up the crowd at the Capitol Hill riot, it's an accurate depiction of what the Republican base has become. Misguided workers swindled by a cult of personality, wealthy business owners, QAnon cultists, white supremacists, and elected officials who would gladly fall on their sword to please Donald Trump.
See, this is why no one on the right likes people like you, because you just call them, or you try to insinuate that all Republicans are racists, Nazis, or white supremacists. This is utter. The majority of Republicans, and also the majority of Trump supporters, are not white supremacists. They don't give a shit about skin color. And most don't even know what the QAnon is.
In the aftermath of the Capitol riot, we've begun to see a social media crackdown and the expansion of the surveillance state. The president was suspended from Twitter, along with over 150,000 other accounts, including over 7,000 related to QAnon. Parler, the most well-known hive of white supremacists and QAnon followers, was threatened and then suspended for refusing to moderate hate speech and content inciting violence.
What content supposedly that was hate speech, and what content was inciting violence? Because I'm highly skeptical there was really any of that. Also, there are a number, or were a number, of conservatives and right-leaning people on Parler. And I'm pretty sure the majority would just be regular conservatives and right-leaning people. And also libertarians as well. Were there probably alt-righters? Yeah, I believe so. However, when I was going through there, I did not see a lot of alt-righters. Now, I didn't look obviously full-time try to see if there is an alt-righter. I'm sure there are. But I don't think most of them are alt-righters or neo-Nazis or white supremacists who were on Parler. I think most of them were just regular right-wing people.
For those who say this will be used to justify banning left-wing accounts, trust me, I know. Censorship and bans have been leveled at the left for years. It's not like suddenly we'll face a new threat. This already happens all the time. Tech censorship affected the left far more than the right up until the Capitol Hill riot.
Yeah, right. It affected the left far more. That's bull. Now, that's not to say that people on the left weren't silenced or censored on YouTube or social media. That has happened. However, it was far more affected towards more conservative or right-leaning content creators. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see your sources. Oh, I see. You don't have any. Well, ain't that a pickle?
I got a visit from DHS for supposed anti-American sentiment in my videos. How long will it be until making YouTube videos saying we should improve society is a crime against the state?
I don't believe you because you don't provide any of your sources for any of your regular things, so why should I believe you on this? Also, your ideas would not improve society in America. They would actually hinder or possibly destroy America.
To emphasize my point, and to quote the Wall Street Journal, Mr. Biden has said he plans to make a priority of passing a law against domestic terrorism, and he has been urged to create a White House post overseeing the fight against ideologically inspired violent extremists and increasing funding to combat them. Well, that's delightfully vague, isn't it? Even if Biden were to define terrorism as something most people agree upon, there's nothing stopping the next president from criminalizing something entirely different. This legislation will 100% be used more viciously against the left than the right. Look how the Black Lives Matter protesters were treated. It was a bloodbath, and they were far more peaceful than the Capitol Hill goons.
Oh, no. No! The BLM riots destroyed billions of dollars of private property and also public property. They destroyed government buildings, burned down police centers. They attacked everything, causing, as I said, billions of dollars in damages. They killed over a dozen people and injured many more. And as for the Trump riot, well, many of the people outside were not supportive of the people inside. Now, I'm not trying to excuse the people who did the shitty things inside the Capitol building. I am not doing that. They should be punished according to the law. But to say that the Capitol Hill riot was more violent or worse than the BLM riots, that is utter bull.
I guarantee you that Black Lives Matter will be classified as ideologically inspired violent extremism.
That's because Black Lives Matter is ideologic extremism. It is a racist, authoritarian movement. Some of the people, yes, they are honest that they truly want police reforms. However, there are many who just want to cause damage, who just want your authoritarian bullshit from you.
Unsurprisingly, we see a lot of this behavior even today. Many of the rioters were certain they were the only thing standing between the United States and communism, and news networks routinely equate communism with fascism.
Yeah, I wish that was true, but that does not happen. In fact, I see a lot of times the news media praising communism or socialism,
completely ignoring the fact that the US allied with the communists to defeat the fascists in World War II, which would indicate that one is indeed worse than the other.
You are basically denying the atrocities that happened under communism. You are like a white nationalist denying the atrocities of the Holocaust. You are denying atrocities like the Holodomor and the Great Leap Forward. Just because the United States and other West European countries sided with the Soviet Union during World War II does not mean the Soviet Union was not as bad as Nazi Germany. It is at least just as bad, if not even worse. You are just like a white nationalist in the sense of denying atrocities. In fact, I would say you are no better than a white nationalist, because you are just as bad. Go f yourself, you piece of shit.
The Republican Party has gone completely off the rails. They have open contempt for 99% of Americans. They think their voters are morons. Many of them are white supremacists and have zero regard for actual democracy.
Yet again, you provide no evidence to say that they are white nationalists or white supremacists. So cut your bullcrap.
But more than that, a strong Republican Party is what has allowed Democrats to get away with doing nothing for years. Universal healthcare? Wish we could, but those darn Republicans are making it too difficult. Investment in green energy? Geez, sorry, the Republicans need that money for the military. Police reform? Well, we would, but the Republicans are stonewalling. The only reason the Democrats want a strong Republican Party is because the two parties rely on each other to maintain the status quo. They are both right-wing corporate parties beholden to massive corporations and billionaire donors.
I've already debunked your ideas in one of your previous videos about saying that the Democratic Party is a right-wing party and that Republicans are far-right and that Bernie Sanders is somehow a center-left person. You are an utter moron because that is not what makes someone left or right. You don't understand politics at all. What makes someone far left or far right is entirely of economics. If anyone watching this video wants to hear more about this, I'll leave the link in the description. I will give Second Thought one credit in the sense that he does not like authoritarianism and he's brought up the problems with an increasing surveillance state. However, the ideology that you, Second Thought, want requires that to it even continue existing. We've seen it happen in all communist and socialist countries, both former and present. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, share it, comment down below and tell me what you thought. Please follow me on Medium. I post articles there periodically, so please go follow me there and give each of my articles 50 claps. And if you really like my content, please consider donating to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi or buy something from my merch store. Do all this and I'll see y'all later.